Nestled within the heart of southern Africa lies a testament to the grandeur and sophistication of ancient civilizations, the Kingdom of Great Zimbabwe. Enigmatic and awe-inspiring, this archaeological wonder has captured the imaginations of scholars and adventurers alike for centuries. From the towering stone walls that once encircled its urban centers to the intricate artifacts unearthed amidst its ruins, Great Zimbabwe stands as a beacon of African ingenuity and resilience. The origins of Great Zimbabwe trace back to a time shrouded in mystery, yet its legacy endures as a testament to the vibrancy of pre-colonial Africa. Amidst the rugged terrain of present-day Zimbabwe, this ancient kingdom flourished, leaving behind a rich tapestry of culture, commerce, and architectural marvels. As we embark on a journey to unravel the secrets of Great Zimbabwe, we are drawn into a world where kings ruled with divine authority, artisans sculpted masterpieces from stone, and traders forged transcontinental networks of commerce. In the annals of African history, Great Zimbabwe occupies a position of profound significance. Not only does it represent a pinnacle of indigenous African civilization, but it also challenges conventional narratives that have often marginalized the contributions of African societies to global culture and development. By delving into the depths of Great Zimbabwe's past, we unearth not only the architectural marvels and material wealth of a bygone era but also the enduring legacies of innovation, resilience, and cultural exchange. Furthermore, the study of Great Zimbabwe serves as a reminder of the interconnectedness of human societies across time and space. From its role as a hub of trade and diplomacy to its influence on subsequent civilizations in the region, Great Zimbabwe exemplifies the dynamic interactions that have shaped the course of African history. By shedding light on the complexities of its rise, zenith, and decline, we gain valuable insights into the socio-political, economic, and cultural dynamics that continue to shape the African continent today. The primary objective of this essay is to provide a comprehensive exploration of the Kingdom of Great Zimbabwe, spanning its origins, socio-political organization, economic foundations, cultural expressions, and enduring legacy. Through a multidisciplinary approach that integrates archaeological evidence, historical records, and anthropological insights, we aim to construct a nuanced portrait of this ancient civilization. Our methodology entails a meticulous examination of primary and secondary sources, including scholarly articles, archaeological reports, and historical texts. By synthesizing diverse perspectives and drawing upon the latest research findings, we endeavor to present a balanced and informative narrative that does justice to the complexity and richness of the subject matter. Additionally, we will incorporate visual aids such as maps, illustrations, and photographs to enhance the reader's understanding and appreciation of Great Zimbabwe's cultural heritage. In summary, this essay seeks to illuminate the Kingdom of Great Zimbabwe as not merely a relic of the past, but a living testament to the enduring legacy of African civilizations. Through our exploration, we hope to inspire curiosity, foster appreciation, and ignite a deeper understanding of the remarkable achievements of the peoples who once called Great Zimbabwe their home. The genesis of the Kingdom of Great Zimbabwe is shrouded in the mists of time, with archaeological evidence suggesting that its roots extend back to the early Iron Age, around the 11th century AD. Located in present-day Zimbabwe, Great Zimbabwe emerged as one of the most prominent centers of power and culture in southern Africa. Its rise to prominence was facilitated by a combination of favorable geographical features, such as access to fertile land, natural resources, and strategic trade routes. Scholars believe that Great Zimbabwe evolved from earlier Bantu-speaking communities that inhabited the region. These early settlers were adept at agriculture, cultivating crops such as sorghum, millet, and maize, which formed the basis of their subsistence economy. Over time, these communities began to coalesce into larger chiefdoms, laying the groundwork for the emergence of centralized states. Central to the story of Great Zimbabwe is the cultural heritage of the Shona people, who played a pivotal role in the kingdom's development. The term, Shona, refers to a diverse group of Bantu-speaking ethnicities that share common linguistic and cultural roots. It is believed that the ancestors of the Shona migrated into the region from the north, bringing with them advanced agricultural techniques, metallurgical skills, and social organization. The Shona worldview was deeply influenced by spiritual beliefs and practices, centered around ancestral veneration and the worship of natural forces. These cultural traditions were woven into the fabric of daily life, shaping social norms, religious rituals, and artistic expression. The cultural identity of the Shona served as a unifying force within Great Zimbabwe, fostering a sense of collective identity and shared destiny among its inhabitants. The growth of Great Zimbabwe was marked by a gradual process of urbanization, as scattered settlements coalesced into larger population centers. Archaeological excavations have revealed evidence of early ironworking sites, indicating a transition from a predominantly pastoral and agricultural economy to one that encompassed specialized craft production and long-distance trade. The development of Great Zimbabwe's urban centers was facilitated by the construction of stone enclosures, such as the iconic Great Enclosure and the Hill Complex, which served as administrative, religious, and residential hubs. These monumental structures, built using precisely cut granite blocks without the use of mortar, are a testament to the engineering prowess and organizational skills of the kingdom's builders. As Great Zimbabwe grew in size and complexity, it became a focal point for trade and cultural exchange, attracting merchants and artisans from distant regions. The kingdom's strategic location along trade routes linking the interior of Africa with the coast facilitated the exchange of goods such as gold, ivory, copper, and ceramics. This influx of wealth fueled the expansion of Great Zimbabwe's influence, consolidating its position as a regional power. The zenith of Great Zimbabwe, often referred to as its golden age, was marked by unparalleled economic prosperity and political influence. During this period, which spanned from the 12th to the 15th century AD, the kingdom reached its peak as a regional powerhouse, commanding vast resources and commanding respect from neighboring states. At the heart of Great Zimbabwe's rise to prominence was its control over lucrative trade routes that crisscrossed the African continent. The kingdom's strategic location, situated between the gold-rich regions of the interior and the trading ports along the Indian Ocean coast, positioned it as a pivotal intermediary in the transcontinental trade network. Through skillful diplomacy and military prowess, Great Zimbabwe established commercial ties with distant civilizations such as the Swahili city-states, the Arab merchants of the Indian Ocean, and even as far as China. The wealth generated from trade flowed into the kingdom, fueling a flourishing economy that supported a sophisticated urban society. Great Zimbabwe became a center of craftsmanship and artistic expression, producing exquisite artifacts such as gold jewelry, intricately carved ivory, and elaborately decorated ceramics. The surplus wealth accumulated by the ruling elite was invested in monumental architectural projects, symbolizing the kingdom's prosperity and prestige. One of the most enduring symbols of Great Zimbabwe's architectural prowess is the Great Enclosure, a massive stone structure located within the kingdom's capital city. Comprising a series of concentric walls built from finely cut granite blocks, the Great Enclosure is a testament to the engineering ingenuity and organizational skills of its builders. The purpose of the Great Enclosure remains a subject of debate among historians and archaeologists. Some scholars believe that it served as a royal palace or administrative center, housing the elite members of society and serving as a focal point for political and religious ceremonies. Others suggest that it may have functioned as a fortified citadel, offering protection against external threats and symbolizing the power and authority of the ruling dynasty. Regardless of its precise function, the Great Enclosure stands as a remarkable feat of architectural brilliance, showcasing the mastery of stone masonry and engineering techniques by the inhabitants of Great Zimbabwe. Its monumental scale and intricate design continue to inspire awe and fascination, serving as a testament to the enduring legacy of the kingdom's builders. Central to the economic prosperity of Great Zimbabwe was its vibrant trade network, which facilitated the exchange of goods and ideas across vast distances. The kingdom's strategic location along trade routes linking the interior of Africa with the coast enabled it to control key commodities such as gold, ivory, copper, and slaves. The economy of Great Zimbabwe was characterized by a combination of subsistence agriculture and specialized craft production. In addition to cultivating crops for sustenance, such as sorghum, millet, and maize, the inhabitants of Great Zimbabwe were skilled artisans, producing a wide range of goods for local consumption and export. The kingdom's wealth was further augmented by its monopoly over gold mining and trade. Gold, known as the Metal of Kings, held immense symbolic and economic value, serving as a medium of exchange in long-distance trade and as a marker of social status and prestige. Great Zimbabwe's control over gold deposits in the region enabled it to amass vast fortunes, which were reinvested in the construction of monumental architecture and the maintenance of a lavish court. At the heart of Great Zimbabwe's socio-political organization was a complex system of governance that reflected the kingdom's hierarchical structure and centralized authority. The kingdom was ruled by a monarchy, with power concentrated in the hands of a hereditary king or monarch who held divine authority. The king was not only the political leader but also the spiritual and ceremonial head of the kingdom, embodying the link between the earthly realm and the spiritual world. Beneath the king were a network of administrators, advisors, and courtiers who helped to administer the affairs of state and ensure the smooth functioning of the kingdom. These officials held positions of authority based on their loyalty to the king and their ability to serve the interests of the royal court. The political elite were drawn from noble families and distinguished themselves through acts of bravery, military prowess, or diplomatic skill. The political structure of Great Zimbabwe was characterized by a degree of centralization and bureaucratic control, with the king exercising authority over a vast territory through a system of appointed governors and provincial administrators. However, power was not absolute, and the king was often constrained by the need to balance competing interests and maintain the loyalty of his subjects. Decisions regarding matters of state were often made through consensus building and consultation with key stakeholders, including the nobility, religious leaders, and representatives of the merchant class. Social stratification within Great Zimbabwe was closely linked to political power and economic status, with distinct hierarchies emerging based on factors such as lineage, wealth, and occupation. At the top of the social hierarchy were the ruling elite, comprised of the king, his immediate family, and members of the royal court. These individuals enjoyed privileges such as access to land, resources, and luxury goods, and played a central role in shaping the cultural and political life of the kingdom. Beneath the ruling elite were the nobility, comprising wealthy landowners, military commanders, and influential courtiers who held positions of privilege and authority within Great Zimbabwe society. The nobility were responsible for maintaining social order, administering justice, and defending the kingdom against external threats. Their status was often reinforced through elaborate ceremonies, rituals, and displays of wealth and power. Below the nobility were the common people, who made up the majority of Great Zimbabwe's population. This diverse group included farmers, artisans, traders, and laborers who contributed to the economic prosperity of the kingdom through their work and ingenuity. While they lacked the privileges and status enjoyed by the ruling elite, commoners played a vital role in sustaining the social and economic fabric of Great Zimbabwe society. Religion played a central role in the lives of the inhabitants of Great Zimbabwe, shaping their worldview, moral values, and social customs. The spiritual beliefs of the kingdom were rooted in animism and ancestral veneration, with the natural world viewed as imbued with spiritual forces and inhabited by ancestral spirits. These beliefs were reflected in the religious practices, rituals, and ceremonies that formed an integral part of everyday life. Ancestor worship was a central tenet of Great Zimbabwe's religious worldview, with the spirits of deceased ancestors believed to exert a powerful influence over the lives of their descendants. Ancestral spirits were revered as guardians and protectors, and offerings of food, drink, and other offerings were made to appease them and seek their blessings. Ceremonies honoring the ancestors were held at key milestones such as births, weddings, and funerals, reinforcing the bonds between the living and the dead. In addition to ancestor worship, Great Zimbabwe also embraced a pantheon of nature spirits and deities, including spirits associated with natural phenomena such as rain, fertility, and the sun. These spiritual entities were believed to inhabit sacred sites such as mountains, rivers, and caves, and were invoked through prayers, sacrifices, and rituals. Shamans, or spiritual leaders, played a crucial role in mediating between the human and spiritual realms, offering guidance, healing, and divination to members of the community. The artistic legacy of Great Zimbabwe is a testament to the creativity, skill, and cultural vibrancy of its inhabitants. Art and craftsmanship flourished within the kingdom, with artisans producing a wide array of exquisite objects that reflected the cultural identity and aesthetic sensibilities of the time. One of the most iconic forms of artistic expression associated with Great Zimbabwe is stone sculpture. Artisans carved intricate designs and motifs into granite boulders, creating stunning works of art that adorned the walls of buildings and served as symbols of status and prestige. These sculptures depicted a variety of subjects, including human figures, animals, geometric patterns, and abstract symbols, and were often imbued with spiritual or symbolic significance. In addition to stone sculpture, Great Zimbabwe was renowned for its metalworking, pottery, weaving, and basketry. Skilled artisans crafted jewelry, weapons, tools, and household utensils from materials such as gold, copper, iron, clay, and plant fibers, showcasing a mastery of metallurgical techniques and artistic craftsmanship. The art of Great Zimbabwe not only served practical purposes but also served as a means of cultural expression and identity. Through their creative endeavors, artisans conveyed narratives of social status, religious beliefs, and cultural heritage, leaving behind a rich legacy that continues to inspire admiration and fascination to this day. Language and communication played a vital role in preserving the cultural heritage of Great Zimbabwe and transmitting knowledge from one generation to the next. The inhabitants of the kingdom spoke various dialects of the Bantu language family, with Shona emerging as the predominant language in the region. Oral traditions served as the primary means of passing down history, legends, myths, and cultural values within Great Zimbabwe society. Griots, or oral historians, played a crucial role in preserving and transmitting knowledge through storytelling, poetry, songs, and performances. These oral narratives provided insights into the origins of the kingdom, the deeds of its rulers, and the beliefs and customs of its people. In addition to oral traditions, Great Zimbabwe also left behind a rich corpus of material culture that offers insights into its linguistic heritage. Inscriptions, graffiti, and petroglyphs found at archaeological sites provide tantalizing glimpses into the written language of the kingdom, though much of it remains undeciphered. Scholars continue to study these linguistic artifacts in hopes of unraveling the mysteries of Great Zimbabwe's written language and expanding our understanding of its cultural heritage. Rituals and ceremonies formed an integral part of everyday life within Great Zimbabwe, providing opportunities for communal celebration, religious devotion, and social cohesion. These cultural traditions were deeply rooted in spiritual beliefs and ancestral customs, serving to reinforce social bonds, maintain order, and appease supernatural forces. One of the most important rituals in Great Zimbabwe was the rainmaking ceremony, which was performed to invoke the blessings of the rain spirits and ensure bountiful harvests. This ceremony typically involved elaborate rituals, prayers, and offerings conducted by shamans and religious leaders, often accompanied by music, dance, and communal feasting. The success of the rainmaking ceremony was believed to be essential for the prosperity and well-being of the kingdom. Other rituals and ceremonies in Great Zimbabwe included rites of passage, such as birth, initiation, marriage, and death, which marked significant milestones in the lives of individuals and communities. These ceremonies were steeped in symbolism and tradition, reflecting the cultural values and social norms of the time. For example, marriage ceremonies were elaborate affairs involving negotiations between families, exchange of dowries, and elaborate feasts, while funeral rites were solemn occasions marked by mourning, funeral processions, and burial rituals. The decline of the Kingdom of Great Zimbabwe marked the end of an era of prosperity and power, giving way to a period of political fragmentation, economic decline, and social upheaval. While the exact reasons for the kingdom's decline remain subject to debate among historians and archaeologists, several factors have been proposed to explain its gradual unraveling. One contributing factor to Great Zimbabwe's decline was environmental degradation, exacerbated by deforestation, soil erosion, and overexploitation of natural resources. The kingdom's reliance on agriculture and mining put immense pressure on the local ecosystem, leading to declining soil fertility, water scarcity, and loss of biodiversity. These environmental challenges made it increasingly difficult for Great Zimbabwe to sustain its population and maintain its economic prosperity. Another factor that may have contributed to Great Zimbabwe's decline was external pressure from neighboring states and foreign powers. As the kingdom's influence waned, rival polities vied for control over its territories, leading to conflicts and territorial disputes. The arrival of European explorers and traders in the 15th century further disrupted the regional balance of power, introducing new technologies, diseases, and political alliances that undermined the stability of Great Zimbabwe. Additionally, internal factors such as political instability, dynastic rivalries, and social unrest may have also played a role in the kingdom's decline. Successive waves of drought, famine, and epidemic diseases further weakened Great Zimbabwe's resilience, causing population decline, social dislocation, and economic stagnation. By the 16th century, the once mighty kingdom had fragmented into smaller chiefdoms and lost much of its former glory. Despite its eventual decline, the legacy of Great Zimbabwe continues to resonate across the African continent and beyond, leaving an indelible mark on the cultural, political, and architectural landscape of southern Africa. The kingdom's monumental stone structures, sophisticated urban centers, and intricate artworks have inspired generations of scholars, artists, and explorers, sparking fascination and admiration for its achievements. One of the most enduring legacies of Great Zimbabwe is its architectural heritage, particularly the iconic stone enclosures that dot the landscape of present-day Zimbabwe. These impressive structures, built without the use of mortar, stand as a testament to the engineering prowess and organizational skills of the kingdom's builders. They have inspired countless generations of architects, historians, and archaeologists, who continue to study and marvel at their ingenuity. The cultural legacy of Great Zimbabwe also extends to its artistic traditions, language, and religious practices, which have influenced subsequent civilizations in the region. The Shona people, who are believed to be the descendants of Great Zimbabwe's inhabitants, have preserved and adapted many of the kingdom's cultural traditions, including its oral literature, musical traditions, and spiritual beliefs. In addition to its cultural legacy, Great Zimbabwe's economic and political influence continues to be felt in southern Africa, shaping patterns of trade, diplomacy, and governance in the region. The kingdom's role as a hub of commerce and cultural exchange laid the groundwork for the emergence of subsequent states and empires, including the Mutapa Empire and the Rozwi Kingdom, which inherited many of Great Zimbabwe's political and economic institutions. The rediscovery of Great Zimbabwe in the late 19th century sparked renewed interest in the kingdom's history and legacy, leading to archaeological excavations, conservation efforts, and heritage tourism initiatives aimed at preserving its cultural heritage for future generations. Since its rediscovery, Great Zimbabwe has been designated as a UNESCO World Heritage Site, recognizing its significance as a symbol of African civilization and architectural achievement. Preservation efforts at Great Zimbabwe have focused on conserving its archaeological remains, protecting its fragile ecosystems, and promoting sustainable tourism practices. Archaeologists have conducted extensive research and excavation projects to uncover the secrets of the kingdom's past, while conservationists have worked to safeguard its stone structures from erosion, vandalism, and looting. Heritage tourism has emerged as an important means of raising awareness about the cultural significance of Great Zimbabwe and generating revenue for local communities. Visitors from around the world come to explore the ruins of Great Zimbabwe, learn about its history and culture, and marvel at its architectural marvels. Tourism infrastructure, such as visitor centers, interpretive signage, and guided tours, have been developed to enhance the visitor experience while minimizing the impact on the site's fragile ecosystem. In contemporary discourse, Great Zimbabwe continues to occupy a central place in discussions about African history, identity, and cultural heritage. Scholars, historians, and archaeologists continue to revisit and reinterpret the historical narratives surrounding the kingdom, shedding new light on its origins, development, and legacy. One area of focus in contemporary discourse is the role of Great Zimbabwe in challenging Eurocentric interpretations of African history and civilization. For centuries, Western scholars dismissed Great Zimbabwe as a lost civilization or attributed its achievements to external influences, such as Phoenician or Semitic migrants. However, recent research has highlighted the indigenous African origins of the kingdom and emphasized its significance as a testament to the ingenuity, resilience, and cultural sophistication of African societies. Contemporary scholars also explore the connections between Great Zimbabwe and broader themes of globalization, cultural exchange, and transcontinental trade. By situating the kingdom within the context of the Indian Ocean world and the global economy, researchers are able to uncover the complex networks of commerce, diplomacy, and cultural interaction that shaped its development. In modern Zimbabwe, Great Zimbabwe holds immense political symbolism and national significance, serving as a potent symbol of pride, resilience, and sovereignty. The iconic stone structures of Great Zimbabwe are featured prominently on the country's national flag and currency, symbolizing the nation's rich cultural heritage and historical legacy. Great Zimbabwe also plays a central role in shaping Zimbabwe's national identity and collective memory. The kingdom is celebrated as a symbol of indigenous African achievement and resistance to colonialism, providing a source of inspiration and empowerment for the people of Zimbabwe. Its ruins serve as a reminder of the country's ancient roots and the contributions of its ancestors to the tapestry of human civilization. At the same time, Great Zimbabwe has been appropriated by political leaders and nationalist movements as a rallying cry for unity, liberation, and self-determination. The ruins have been invoked as symbols of African nationalism and anti-colonial struggle, fueling sentiments of pride and solidarity among Zimbabweans of all backgrounds. In recent years, tourism has emerged as a key driver of economic development and cultural diplomacy in Zimbabwe, with Great Zimbabwe serving as a major attraction for visitors from around the world. Tourists flock to the ancient ruins to marvel at their architectural splendor, explore their historical significance, and immerse themselves in the rich cultural heritage of the kingdom. The tourism industry has played a vital role in generating revenue, creating jobs, and stimulating economic growth in Zimbabwe, particularly in rural areas surrounding Great Zimbabwe. Tourism infrastructure, such as hotels, restaurants, and visitor centers, has been developed to accommodate the growing influx of tourists and provide them with educational and recreational opportunities. In addition to its economic benefits, tourism at Great Zimbabwe also promotes cultural exchange, dialogue, and understanding between different cultures and nations. The ruins serve as a platform for cultural diplomacy, allowing Zimbabwe to showcase its heritage and traditions to the world and foster mutual respect and appreciation for diverse cultures. As we conclude our exploration of the Kingdom of Great Zimbabwe, we are struck by the richness, complexity, and enduring legacy of this ancient civilization. Through our journey, we have uncovered a wealth of insights into the origins, development, and decline of Great Zimbabwe, shedding new light on its cultural, political, and economic significance. Key findings from our investigation include the remarkable achievements of Great Zimbabwe in the realms of architecture, craftsmanship, and urban planning. The kingdom's iconic stone structures, intricate artifacts, and vibrant cultural traditions are a testament to the ingenuity, creativity, and resilience of its inhabitants. We have also gained insights into the socio-political organization of Great Zimbabwe, including its centralized governance structure, social hierarchies, and religious beliefs. The kingdom's political stability, economic prosperity, and cultural cohesion enabled it to thrive as a regional powerhouse and hub of trade and cultural exchange. However, our journey has also revealed the challenges and complexities that Great Zimbabwe faced, including environmental degradation, external pressures, and internal conflicts. These factors contributed to the kingdom's eventual decline and fragmentation, marking the end of an era of prosperity and power. As we reflect on the enduring majesty of Great Zimbabwe, we are reminded of the timeless significance of this ancient civilization as a symbol of African ingenuity, resilience, and cultural heritage. Despite the passage of centuries, the legacy of Great Zimbabwe continues to resonate across the African continent and beyond, inspiring admiration, fascination, and pride. Great Zimbabwe stands as a testament to the achievements of indigenous African civilizations and challenges conventional narratives that have often marginalized the contributions of African societies to global culture and development. Its iconic stone structures, vibrant cultural traditions, and rich artistic legacy serve as a source of inspiration and pride for the people of Zimbabwe and the global community. In conclusion, the Kingdom of Great Zimbabwe occupies a central place in the annals of African history, representing a beacon of African civilization and cultural achievement. As we continue to study, preserve, and celebrate its legacy, we ensure that the enduring majesty of Great Zimbabwe continues to inspire and captivate us for generations to come.